Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, tipping the Clarista, sending things to the P.O. box, and purchases off the wish list. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. All right, let's dive in. So I was meditating, kind of tapping into the energy, and I heard Twisted Fate. Okay. And when I looked that up, it is like an unexpected event that kind of changes the direction of things. Okay. So I feel like there's something unexpected that may shift your direction or change the way things go, or it's like, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like there's something very unexpected that may be coming towards you that's definitely going to change the trajectory. I also heard the outcome. Interesting. So some of you could be concerned about an outcome, or you could be thinking about an outcome, or you may be like thinking, oh, this is how this is going to go, and it goes a completely different direction. There's something about that. So there is some sort of unexpected event, I feel like, that may be happening or coming towards you. It doesn't necessarily feel like a bad thing here, okay? So let's get some messages about it. Let's see what it is you need to know. Because some of you, it could be a blessing in disguise, but for others of you, I just feel like it's like, I don't know. I feel like you're expecting one thing and something completely different happens here, okay? All right, let's see. What does the collective need to know about this twisted fate? About this twisted fate, please? What does the collective need to know? Okay, so yeah, we have money here, okay? Actual money, right? There's an energy of, work, labor, and efforts. There's an energy of like you expecting one thing, but there's something that is changing that, right? Changing the outcome here, okay? All right, we've got this mature man here. What's this mature man doing? You could be this mature man, could know this mature man. This mature man could be bringing in this twisted fate. This mature man could be having some sort of health concern. Tell me more. Oh, look, concern. Tell me more. So this mature man could be concerned about something. Poverty. Yeah, some of you, it's like you could be concerned about poverty here, right? But we have actual money and work, labor, and efforts, right? So there's like something unexpected that it's going to show up, and it's like, whoa, this is a totally different direction, right? And they're telling me it's coming in like divine timing here, like perfect timing, right? Like right on time. So there's some of you that are like expecting and it doesn't have to be like poverty, right? I guess per se, it could be something else, right? You could be expecting to maybe like I don't know, something to end or something to go badly, but it's like, but it very quickly changes. Like it shifts very quickly here, okay? Tell me more for the collective here. Tell me about this twisted fate. Yeah, you've been working hard on balancing yourself, right? About ascending, about rising, about just, maybe your faith or working on your connection with the divine here, okay? I feel like there's just been a lot of like work. You've been working on a manifestation, okay? There's a lot that you've been doing, and it may look different to other people, right? But yeah. But I feel like too, this twisted fate is like there's something about trusting the process, right? There's something about trusting the journey here, okay? Stepping into this North Node energy, and that's where it's like, you know what they also showed me too was it's like the Wizard of Oz, right? Where it was like you know, Dorothy was in the middle of a tornado and suddenly found herself, right? There she was in Kansas where it was all black and white and, you know, and suddenly she found herself in Oz, right? Where it's filled with color and there's this golden yellow brick road. Like that's kind of the energy that they're giving me, right? Like, man, this looks really bad, right? We're in a tornado and my house is like, you know, spinning out and, you know, it's being lifted up off the ground and I've you know that type of energy and it's like but it you know lands safely in Oz in this land full of color and again with like you know all of the little people and like the things like that. For some reason I want to call them Oompa Loompas, but that was the chocolate factory. I think they were called the little people in Wizard of Oz. But yeah, like that's exactly this energy here, right? It's like there may be you may be experiencing some sort of like tornado in your life, right? Where it's like kind of uprooting everything and like and so there may be like this concern or this fear, but I feel like you've been working on that, right? You're trusting it. It's almost like now they're kind of giving me that energy of when like um like Yeshua sleeping through the storm, right? Like that's this energy of like, it's almost like your life is currently experiencing like a metaphoric like storm, okay? But it's because you're going through this like twisted fate, right? It's like the universe is bringing you to this like colorful land of Oz, and it's because of this hard work that you've been doing on yourself to step into this North Node energy. Okay? Um, yeah, somebody may have been trying to manifest some sort of concern. Somebody may have sent, some sort of fear or something like that, or maybe not. Maybe it's like, I don't know, but I feel like if you were concerned about something here, okay, there's a certain energy that's being blocked because I feel like I get this feeling that it's like somebody else may have been concerned about your path, about your journey, right? Um, and I feel like they may want you to feel that, right? They may want you, and it could be simply out of a space of like maybe this person doesn't have bad intentions, right? Maybe they do want what's best for you, and maybe out of their own reality, their own experience, their own life journey and expectations and projections and things like that, it's like they're looking down your path and they're like, but again, this is out of their own restrictions, out of their own limitations. They're like, concerned, right? Because they're not traveling the path. You took a different path. They don't necessarily know, your path, your journey makes them very uncomfortable, right? But again, I feel like it could be because this person, I honestly feel like, I think that they want what's best for you, or something like that here. But again, it's like they're projecting, down the road or distant horizons or things like that from their own limitations, not knowing, this is like somebody coming in mid path and not seeing where you've come from, right? Not seeing how you've turned the black and white into color. They're just like coming in and they're, seeing this color and they're like, I don't know, it's like they're, you get what I'm saying? It's like you've walked a long journey that they're just coming into, and again, I do feel like this person, you know this person or this person knows you, but there's an energy of this person not really being present or not involved or something, and they're just kind of like, stepping in and looking around, and it makes them very uncomfortable, right? Maybe they're used to the black and white, right? And they step in and they see your very colorful world and they're like, whoa, I don't know. That's a lot, right? That's overwhelming. It's too bright, right? It's too, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy here. And I don't know, it's like somebody else is anticipating something for you, but the divine, God source, the universe has a whole nother plan, right? It's like, again, it's like, sure, to the outsider, to the person looking in, yeah, I would be worried about Dorothy going up in that tornado, right? And then disappearing. Like, where the fuck did Dorothy and Toto go? Excuse my language, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I would be worried about that. If I didn't, if I didn't, and even Dorothy was worried, right? Like, but then when she landed in Oz, she's, it was a different world. It's hard to like kind of compare this, right? Because, Dorothy had no idea what was going on either, right? But I feel like you do to an extent, right? You may not know everything, right? Like I said, there is something, you're expecting something, or maybe it's not expecting, but it's like, I just feel like what you're expecting is imagine what Dorothy's expectation. She's like, oh fuck, I'm in this house, we're spinning in this tornado, right? She's holding on to Dorothy and she's like, she's probably expecting to get blown to smithereens, right? She sees a cow flying around, like mooing, right? Just moo, right? Like, it's just like expecting. She's not expecting to land in Oz. She's not expecting to land in a world full of color with, all of these different things. So you get what I'm saying? It's like some of you may be expecting something, but there's some sort of twisted fate here. There's something that you don't expect coming. A land full of color, okay? Like, yeah. Yeah. Bliss. This is what I'm saying. It's like there's an energy of, look, and there's even like a rainbow behind her. Somewhere over the rainbow. Right? Like, hello! I don't even know how much further I need to go into this because it's like, this is the twisted fate, right? This is what you were not expecting. Like, it's just, there's something magical happening, okay? I'm telling you, something magical. Yeah, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going about this twisted fate for the collective here, okay? I feel like something too, same with like that person who is like from the outside looking in, from their own limitations and their own restrictions, they have their own concerns. But again, it's because people fear or they worry or they, things that they don't understand, right? you have led such a different life, such a different path than whoever this is. So they have no idea what it's like to walk in your shoes, you know. I feel like too there is something about like you having a very close connection with the divine, with your higher self, with God, source, the universe, whatever you prefer. um, and this is also something too that this person or these people, because I feel like there may also be like a feminine involved possibly as well, maybe, right? Like if this is a father figure, you know, it could be like your mother or your father's spouse, or, you know, this could be like an uncle or an aunt. It feels like, you know, something like that here. That is something too that they don't understand. Okay, they don't have the connection that you have. They could, they could, but you have built that, right? You have built that, you have grown that, you have developed that, you searched for that, and you found that, right? They just have not. And maybe it's not a part of this journey for them in this lifetime. We're not here to shame anybody, right? But yeah, that's where all of these like concerns, or like I said, it's coming from their own restrictions, from their own limitations. They're living still a very I want to say like an earthly life, right? And it's like, well, of course we're having, you know, we're having a human experience. Of course they're, but they're still kind of, you know, plugged into like the matrix, right? They're plugged into those old beliefs and those old programs and those old things, right? Like, you know, you have to hustle, hustle, hustle to, you know, make anything of yourself, and you got to chase money, and you got to, you know, survive, right? Life's a bitch and then you die, right? Like that type of energy. But no, no, you found something else. You found, it's a different path, right? It's a different outlook, it's a different view, right? What's that, Lil Wayne? We live in the same apartment building, but we got different views, right? Like there's, you know, it's like that, right? It's like, you know, they're showing me somebody who looks out their window and they see a brick wall, whereas like you look out your window and you see like, you know, whatever it is that you want to see, whether it be the ocean or the mountains or the city or, you know, fucking, excuse me, rainbows or, you know, unicorns flying. Like, I don't know, that's dramatic. But yeah, that's what this is here. Okay? Okay, tell me more about this twisted fate. Yeah, this is somebody who's like, this is also somebody who is feeling some sort of heartbreak right now. Okay? Some sort of heartbreak, some sort of regret. I feel like they feel caught in between something. You know, like if this is somebody who chose someone else over you in some type of way, whether that be romantic or platonic or within family or something like that, or, you know, Yeah. Three of Swords. This King of Swords, Three of Swords, this is somebody who really um, is torn, right? I feel like they feel like they're between a rock and a hard place here, right? It's like there's a situation where, you know, I feel like somebody is trying to discern or trying to. It feels like they want to do the right thing, you know. Um, because they may have done the wrong thing in the past. But for some reason, I feel like it's like this person may feel like they have to go against somebody else, or they have to. I don't think it would be betraying somebody else. This is also someone, too, who feels like, you know, if they do the right thing, you may walk away from them. Again, I'm not sure. Um, it could be romantic, but I don't know. Could also be very much platonic here. You know, this could also be somebody too who like turned their back on you here. You know what I mean? They turn their back on you here at some point. But again, I feel like they're feeling very heartbroken by that, because I think they're recognizing and realizing that that may have not been the right thing to do. You know? Um, I'm hearing, so cry if you need to. Dun, 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 dun. It's the wrong thing to do. I don't know that. I can't. Yeah, somebody may be crying here. Tell me more about this twisted fate. Some of you may be moving unexpectedly. Okay? That's been an energy coming through. There just may be an unexpected move. You could have been anticipating on this, but I feel like for those of you, honestly, this, you know, if this is the case, you know, everything's like, I feel like everything's going to be okay. Like, it's not a bad thing, right? Um, yeah. I feel like this person is proud of you, right? But again, there's a level of concern from their own restrictions, from their own limitations, and from a lack of connection with a higher power. Um, you know, this is somebody who's still very much in the ego. Not to, yeah. This person may be involved in this unexpected, you know, like this twist of fate here. Okay? I don't know how, but I get this feeling that somebody's in some real deep contemplation. Okay? I don't know if they've had some sort of realization, or if it, probably God is bringing some things. I do feel like there could be a passed over loved one, that I feel like, maybe a masculine energy that's like, I wonder if this person, for some reason, I feel like this person could be getting like signs or synchronicities or maybe even like little hints and clues, from this passed over loved one. And they could be like, is that them? Like, are they reaching out to me? Are they, it's kind of a juggling energy here. Um, yeah. This is somebody too, I feel like they held on to monetary things, right? Again, out of their limitations, out of their, I feel like they either held on to someone or, something, because of security, because of stability, because of, you know, and that could be, what it was that, what it was that was chosen, right? A situation that, fed their foundation or their stability or something like that, right? um Yeah, but meanwhile, you're living a very free life, right? You're living a whoever you are, right? Sure, maybe you're still working through limitations and restrictions, but I have a feeling that you have a lot of peace. I have a feeling you have a lot of faith. I have a feeling you have a lot of trust in the divine. I have a feeling that, you know, um, you allow things to unfold, and so they unfold in in your favor, right? You're releasing control. You're in this Nine of Pentacles energy here. Um, so it feels like it's like this little mouse is that person's restrictions, you know? So, yeah, so they're saying some of you, it's like your world may feel like it's spinning out, but you're about to land in Oz, bitch. Okay. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. You were about to land in Oz, okay? So I think I'm going to leave it there. We might do an extended on Patreon, I'm not sure. But as for now, we're going to leave this here, okay? And I love you so much. I can't wait to hear about it.